wrote this because Dick is great and all. But this is your first time doing this podcast.
Okay,
right?
yes, I forgot. It's introduction time.
That was a nice introduction.
It was a cold open. So, hello, my name is Eve Marlowe, and I am here with the LoveWorthy Podcast. I'm the host, and this is my other host.
Yes. I'm Athena.
And what do you do?
I do porn.
Love it.
My name is Bobby Adore, and I do porn, but also my name is Jason Levi, and I'm a musician. So you may catch me in either round, depending on what your is.
I'm not half as exciting, but my name is Pony Gold. I'm a camera assistant in film and television.
I want to know, Pony, where did you get your name? Because
I
feel like that's a... Well, and I didn't think it's a poor name. I just think it's an interesting name.
That's like your opinion, man.
I'm looking at the camera right now for those of you who can see. Pony Gold.
It is currently now my legal name, but it was not. My parents did not give me this name, which is valid. But it was, started as a nickname given to me by a director and based off of my original legal name, which I don't need to talk about because it's like nails on a chalkboard. Totally. I mean, it goes with the whole like identity, personal identity, how we really feel about ourselves. This name is not a character. It's actually myself. So therefore it is, so that's the origin. Yeah.
And why did a director start calling you Pony? What was the reason?
Thank you for taking. I wanted to ask it, but I'm a dude, so I'm like, wait, I got to tread on like water. Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
I'm a workhorse. I'm a pack animal. I'm a camera assistant, so I haul a lot of things. I work really hard physically. It's basically like a sport. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm a hard worker.
That I've heard girls say.
What?
Kind of weird that you're relating everything to that, though. I'm just going to put that out there right now.
Hard. I haul the things around and...
Do we haul dicks around?
Yes, you do.
That's you, bro.
Yes, you do.
Okay,
I'm going to get off the Pony Gold name, okay?
Pony, how do Pony and Eve know each other?
So we just met today.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
We have a mutual friend.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, in common. So he has been working with her. And he mentioned that she was looking for females for her dating company or service. And I've been single for 6 years. Wow. Solid. Meaning this is not, I have not said, this is my partner so-and-so for that. I've been totally dating, But
are you looking for the one?
There's no such thing as the one.
Okay.
But I am looking
because
for...
Because you're poly or because you just don't want it forever?
No. Because I feel, this is going off on a big tangent. I don't know if we want to go this direction.
Go for it. We love tangents.
I feel like, there's
wonderful.
There's like multiple ones. There's multiple ones. So there can be multiple people that you truly connect with, that you truly love in your life. So this idea of there's this one human that I'm going to meet and we're going to be together forever, I don't think that's a really realistic way of looking at life.
I think I
definitely agree with you.
I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just watching...
We have multiple soulmates, I think.
Yeah, or multiple potential people. Like, it's so weird, like, where you pick up, like, little... pieces of like wisdom that forms your perspective. I was just rewatching Parks and Rec the other day, and Ron Swanson's like my favorite character because my dad's name is Ron, and they're almost the same person. And there's this episode where Chris Pratt gets married, and like the main character's like, you guys shouldn't do this. You just met like a few days ago or whatever. And Ron Swanson's like, you just find somebody you like and you think it could work with, and you roll the dice. Mm-hmm. And I've kind of like when he said that, I was like, it is almost like that.
It's true.
You kind of find somebody that you think it could work with, and then you hope you grow together and change together in the same direction. Yeah.
And
sometimes you don't. And yeah.
My particular issue. So on your questionnaire, one of the questions is like, why are you not in a relationship or something along those lines? And my answer was because I literally have not found someone who is ready for a relationship. There's like this stupid up window of like, I just broke up with someone. Now I'm going to be alone for a moment, or unless they're relationship jumpers, which you need to run from those people. So it's like, so break up, time by myself, and then there's like this small window of I'm available and ready to start seeing someone. And so like you need to catch someone within that weird window, and that's been my issue.
I think it's unfortunate because you fall in. I'm assuming, are you a cisgendered male?
No. Wait. Cisgendered?
Yes.
So like one gender?
A guy who's
Born
into girls.
male,
Am I
identifying
straight?
as
Yeah.
male.
So she unluckily happens to fall into our category because I feel like if you were dating guys, they'll take whenever you're ready. Like, oh shit, all right, fuck it. Yeah. But
Oh, yeah, and I'm
us
gay.
going
I'm
with
gay,
girls,
everybody.
We have to deal with that because they'll be like, no, I'm all about the seasons. Wait, the tea leaves. What's happening now? How's the weather right now? Like, it's all of that.
I'm waiting until Mercury retrograde's over.
They take all that into account. And us guys with girls, we're just like, yes, you the like, oh, my mom's just died yesterday. I don't give a You're giving me a chance.
Oh my God.
Come on, let's go to the movies.
You need this even more today because you're sad.
Yeah, it's we do that.
Wow.
They do the tea leaves and all that kind of shit.
I don't know.
And
I
you
don't
deal
know.
with that.
I don't agree with that because I don't feel that way
definitely
about
agree with
myself. I don't feel that way about myself. You know, like I
You
feel like
might
I've
be
been
unique though.
emotionally available for quite some time, but I read the red flags.
I feel like my homies, I never hardly hear them telling me, yeah, I had to tell this girl I was emotionally unavailable.
Dude, I just had to do that. Well,
Because they'll go for it anyway. Like, it's just a thing. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, that's a weird place I'm in right now because I got out of my last thing I'd probably consider a relationship back in March. And then dating has been weird again because it's like I was married for 10 years and I've been single for probably 2.
I was married too, man.
Oh yeah, for real? Okay, for sure. And and I want to find that person. I want to find the one, or I want to find someone that I could be with long term or the rest of my life, hopefully. But it's weird because now the standards are so high, or not just my standards, but I'm looking for something kind of specific now. And I feel like it's tough because the closer I end up getting to somebody, the more the fears of my past relationships come up where I'm like, well, I got 10 years down into one and then realized it wasn't what I needed to be doing, the relationship I needed to be in. So how am I supposed to know that this person, but most of the people I've talked to or dated want a long-term committed relationship right away. And I'm like, it takes time to even come to that concept of being something that might work with us.
Trust is earned. Trust is earned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you said, how am I supposed to know? You're not going to know, bro. It's the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day,
roll of the dice, yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a roll of the dice. Mm-hmm. You never are going to know. So we all just have to. I mean, I'm not a big faith person, but in this aspect, we just got to stand by that faith of being I'm a chance it, and I'm a chance being hurt. You have to be willing to get hurt to be happy.
Yeah. And if you do get hurt, you got to be willing to love again and be open again. That's a huge thing.
That's all it is, man.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't want to be cynical going into love, but you do have to have this realistic expectation that heartbreak is possible, and the harder that you love, the harder the heartbreak is going to be, and the longer it's going to be, and the more painful it's going to be. But it's worth, for some people, it's worth falling in love, and then for others it's not. I know a lot of people that are very jaded, and I think that's okay. It's just where they are at this moment, but they're very jaded in love where they're like, dude, that heartbreak hurt so bad, I'm not ready to feel that again. But it just depends, was the love real? Because when you're falling in love with someone who isn't who they say they are, the heartbreak definitely isn't worth that. But when you do actually have real love and real connection and it just doesn't work out, to me, I think that is worth all of the pain in the world. That those months of happiness, those years of happiness, is totally worth the tears.
I think it's worth the chance.
My issue dating is that I've been in work for so long. I started stripping when I was 17. So the amount of married men that I have slept with, I have a really hard time believing anything they say because almost every single guy that spent money on me has wanted me to go home with them, has been married, and usually with kids. So, how am I supposed to, just forget about that and not expect my future husband to go to a strip club and hook up with a stripper.
As hard as that is, though,
That's interesting.
You have to always keep in your head that you're dealing with a percentage of men. That's not 100% of men that are coming to your services.
That's true.
It's a percentage, so try not to.
It's a very large percent.
It is a very large percent.
The fear is valid, though.
Like, it's the percent that comes to you. So, by nature of that, you're dealing with those guys who are unhappy, or not even unhappy, or are having troubles, or who have decided to be in those open relationships or whatever. That you're not dealing with the men that are the total opposite. You know what I'm saying? So
because those guys aren't coming to the strip club, is what you're saying. Yeah.
By that percentage.
I do understand that there is like a hierarchy of needs. There's like that little pyramid, and you can't expect one person, like one wife or your husband, whoever it is, to fulfill all of it. So at some point, you know, you have kids, like you get distracted. You can't fulfill that hierarchy that like you used to. So like they always end up outsourcing. Like I understand why they do it.
That makes sense to me.
But I can't just forget about it.
So you're saying, you're saying it's hard to date because you're afraid that if you, not maybe afraid, but like you have this understanding that down the road, if you get serious with somebody, maybe you get married, maybe you have kids, eventually they are going to do or want to do the same thing that you've experienced so many times with other men. And so that keeps you from being able to like really trust yourself or like open up to be in that place with somebody?
I still try, but every single time I always end up seeing something that's way
like
too
what?
similar to
Like wandering eyes on them, like energy, like they're looking around still, even when they're
Like
with
weird
you or
messages
something.
on their phone. Like what example?
Like they're being shady.
I think what she's saying, though, is that not everyone is very honest about
Yeah.
what they're available for. And it sounds, from what you've described, it sounds like more like the problem is availability as opposed to who they are as people, right? Does that make sense? Okay, yeah.
I think like the biggest thing is when they kind of like stop communication for like no reason and then like come back. Because
So what were you doing?
exactly, what were you doing? And they always have like the most obscure reason.
Wait, how many days? Like what is the
Oh, like months. Like
a month? Wait, months?
oh
Like,
no, like days in a row.
No, yeah, like when do they stop communication? Is it like one day that bothers you? Is it a week that bothers you? Like when do you start getting insecure
It's
about
the
the
time of
relationship?
day.
It's the
Okay.
time
Time of
what
night?
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Like in the middle of the night, like when I know that they're still awake because like you can see that they're still on social media, but like they're obviously with someone else if they can't answer the freaking phone.
And you're months into a relationship?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's sus. Also,
A
where do you
little
meet these
sus.
guys?
I meet them like all over the place. Like my last like serious relationship, I met at a car show because I was modeling on a car for like a photographer, and it ended up being his car, and he asked the photographer for my number.
Yeah, see, I wonder about things like, even wonder about like where I meet people because I feel like I've dated the same person over and over in some ways. And I've been trying to like think about, is that the universe trying to teach me a lesson and I don't get it, so it gives me the same lesson until I do? Or am I like looking for somebody in the same places and I keep on getting the same type of person? Or am I not at and the biggest one that's been coming to mind for me and like what my close friends have been telling me is like, oh, you're at this place in life. You want somebody for you that you imagine being with you at a future place in your life when you're a different version of yourself. So instead of like wanting somebody for future you, like how you envision this perfect relationship when you're also perfect in that relationship in your mind, like you need to just work on becoming the type of person that the type of person you want to attract.
Be
or
the
wanna
person
with,
you want to date.
You know,
Be the person you
So
want to
exactly.
true.
date.
And I was just thinking
And
about
that might be part of it.
I was just
At
thinking
least
about
for
that
me.
recently. I was like, do I even want to? I would love to find love. Like I'm a hopeless romantic, but I was like, do I want to bring someone into a place where I'm not perfectly healthy and I'm not the best version of myself? You know, it's like you really want to not just attract them, but you want them to have a high enough self-esteem where they wouldn't allow that in their lives. Like if you're not in a good place where someone's going to be like, they have good enough boundaries where they're like, I love you and I respect and support you, but I will not be with you while you're in this state. I want to be with you when you're in a good version, so that way you guys are uplifting each other and not bringing each other down. Right. And that's a hard thing to recognize because I feel like when we're feeling down, when we're not in a good place mentally, we automatically seek love and want love because we want partnership, and we're like, please help me, someone help me, and we're like reaching out for an arm, like I just really need someone to support me. But that is the time that you actually should not be looking for love.
100%.
Because anyone that wants to give you that helping hand, they don't respect themselves. They don't have good boundaries for themselves where they're willing to date someone who is sick and not ready for love.
And I feel like too, like you project a lot when you're in that space, in that headspace. You project a lot of insecurities and things that you think they're doing, but really that's your trauma. That's your imagination, which isn't, everyone does this. This is not like abnormal, everybody projects. Like this is a very common thing, but it's when you're not self-aware. And if you're in this space where you're so vulnerable that your self-awareness is out the window, then you don't really recognize that. So you're like, why are you doing this thing? It's like, dude, I was doing my laundry. What's the problem? Like, sorry.
If like where you're coming from, and you could be right, like this person could be around on you. But I'm also like, is he just like too tired to text back, or maybe
he in
he's
fact
a little bit
was around on me?
No, you're right.
I was absolutely
right.
correct.
I know your intuition.
And it was with a fellow stripper at the same
Look.
that you knew.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what's the difference?
Can I ask about this story? What happened when you found out? So your man.
She told me that she broke up with him because he ended up moving someone into his house, which made sense because he like randomly wouldn't let me come over anymore, and it was like a 3-week thing. He was cheating on both of us with some random girl that lived 2 hours away.
This low vibration. If he's randomly not letting you come over anymore, leave it there. Like, you don't even need any more.
No, but you
story.
love is blind.
If someone ever
blind.
randomly doesn't let you come over anymore,
Love
like,
is blind. You give excuses to people
I
because
know,
you want to
and we have
believe
get
that
out
they're
of that.
good.
We have to get out of that mentality.
We do.
But I
wanted her to finish.
Because our
I was
actions
dating
speak so much
him.
louder. Yes.
I wanted her to
I was dating him for over 2 years. So it was like, and he was never like that before. So it was very out of the blue.
But it confirmed that very thing you've been talking about from the beginning.
And I thought it was crazy because he did just start up like a new business. So I was like, okay, he's busy. He told me he's going to be busy. But like, he was busy because he was to other people.
I'm sorry.
Hey, if I'm dating for somebody for 20 years and randomly one day they just don't want me to come over, like, I'm like, no. Like, we got to not. We gotta
Are
not
you
be
like a no-knock warrant? Like you just barge in?
No.
I mean, after 2 years,
I don't.
yeah.
I don't do
Kick
that
it out
either.
there.
But if randomly someone pulls back, like me, I'm like, look, man, like, no, like, so many times things are like clear to us, but part of our brain tries to hide that clarity from another part of our brain. Like, people's actions speak so much louder than their words. And so many times us as people, us as lovers, us as people who want to find love and are romanticizing situations, we choose to ignore those clear signs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we would do ourselves so much better if we would allow ourselves to just be like, in some moments, let that logic reign true.
And that's why I've been single for 6 years.
Well, I think a lot of
Because
that
I'm
is
like,
no.
no. I'm like, no. Like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're like, even if it's subtle, I still get it. And I see it. And it ends up being true. Like, my instincts are usually right. Yes. So I'm like, no, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Motherfuckers make time for what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah. I always
They
believe that.
want
I'm gonna look at the camera on
to
this
see
shit.
you.
You gonna make time for what the you want. You gonna
Facts.
make time for what the you want.
Facts.
And I'll leave that there.
I support you on that.
I am like a very like, I need my space type of person. I'd be pissed if someone just showed up to my house, right?
No, I ain't saying no. Just that's some crazy type shit. No, I ain't gonna do
But
that.
like, I do go like days without talking to someone.
I think that's okay.
But can I just go back because I need to know this story? What happened? It's like I can't stop thinking about you found out you obviously worked with this woman that you had to go see. What was that like seeing her for the first time, and were words exchanged?
I do have a question though. So can you tell us about the moment that you realized this was all going down, and like between like when you realized and when you realized he was with the other girl that you worked with, and that when you both realized there was even a third girl he was cheating on both of you with?
So the other stripper approached me at the club mother had her heels off. So, like, she meant business.
Oh.
She ready to fight.
And she waited for me at the end of the stage. So, like, I was getting off stage. I had a second
So you're all
stage
sweaty? Like,
that
I feel
had
like
to
that's
go
unfair
to.
fighting.
So, obviously, I was in heels. And I was wearing, like, tall ones, too. Like, not, like, the normal ones. Like, I was in, like, these clear, like, 7-inch heels.
Tweezers.
Right? They're actually the Hustler brand. Those ones specifically. But, yes. Oh, my God. And she was drunk. So she was just yelling at me, and she told me that she broke up with him, and that, like, I better, like, watch my back, because if
they were
I
in a
don't.
relationship?
Yeah. So basically,
And did
he
you
was
know
They
living.
thought the other girl thought that.
So
Okay.
you were in a relationship
These guys are
and
telling
she
all the
was.
girls.
Yes.
You know.
And then there was another girl that she found out about, which is why she broke up with him, and then waited for me to tell me. And she was like, if you, like, talk about me or whatever, she was, like, kind of sketchy.
She was.
She's mad sketchy. That she's going to, like, kick my ass, and she had people waiting outside. Now, the reason she thought that I was...
feel like you don't need multiple people on you. Like, you're pretty small. Like, you need to
Right.
call in backup. Like,
Right.
that's a little bit, that says a lot about her.
But she's probably scrappy though. Like.
So why does she need 3 motherfuckers outside to take you on?
Men, too, by the way.
Men?
Yeah.
I brought
Yeah. This is in Sacramento, so it's
Mike
kind of
Tyson,
like that.
motherfucker.
It's like they're on that type of time.
Sack town?
Pretty weak,
Yeah.
if you ask me. That's a weak bitch.
But
Okay, so did she know that you didn't know that they were in a relationship?
well, I knew who she was. I didn't know that they were in a relationship, but like we knew of each other, but we didn't know that we're dating the same man.
Okay, so is she waiting to beat your
Yes.
ass right
And
now?
the
Okay.
reason she thought that I was going to talk about her after finding out is because she just got her car impounded.
Wait, I don't know what that
For
means.
like she didn't pay her car bill.
Oh, she got her car impounded. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that why she was barefoot?
And
She was
I
gonna
was-
walk home?
She got her hustler heels impounded.
Moral of the
too,
story.
in the trunk?
Yeah.
The moral of the story: beat the guy's ass, not the other girl. Come on, man.
Okay,
Why
but
is
what
everyone
happened? Hold on,
mad
what
at the other
happened?
girl?
Let her tell what happened.
I was only mad at her because of how she came at me about it. She could have. We had each other on Instagram. She could have sent me a DM.
Literally.
After she had Mike Tyson waiting out to beat your ass.
Multiple men,
Then
that's
she's-
like
she sent a
pussy
DM.
shit.
But
You
she,
go out there, Mike Tyson's just like, now kith.
he found out that he
Not
moved
kidding.
some other girl into his house.
Wait, hold on, what?
She found out that he moved another girl into his house, and she didn't know it was me or this other girl as well.
So she was
So
ready to
she
throw
was
down
mad,
if it was you.
yeah, thinking that he chose me over her. No, he didn't choose either of us.
Damn, who's this other
I
person?
That
feel
guy's
that's
got
like
to
I feel like
go.
that's like not a fight. That's like a hugging moment. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, we both got
That's-
cheated
yeah,
on.
I said the
Yeah.
body
So
was telling me.
Fucking John
sorry.
Tucker must die moment right
Yeah.
there.
100%.
And that goes with him for 4 years. I was only with him for 2.5.
Well, those are both.
Yeah.
Wait,
those
so-
are
so
both
the-
very nice long lengths of time.
I was only with him for 50 years.
I don't know.
But I'm
Out of the blue.
understanding why she thinks everyone cheats now. Like, it's coming back full circle. She's like, I have a fear of being cheated on. Well,
That makes
let
sense.
me tell
Yeah,
you
she has
this
some
insane
grime.
story. Like, of course you do. Not
Yeah.
just because the men that you see in adult work are cheating. It's not just that. It's you have personally lived through that.
Yeah.
So when Jason is saying, like, oh, it's not all men, it isn't, but it was for you.
Yeah,
Both
the
of my other
unfortunate-
ex-boyfriends both cheated on me with the same girl, both on Christmas.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that you got
Wait.
with.
That's some trauma.
What the fuck? Hold on.
No,
Hold on.
I'm
We gotta,
sorry. Wait, I'm
we gotta
sorry.
unpack
We
that.
gotta-
We're talking about some real ass trauma right
That's
now.
fucking crazy.
That's a big deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've only dated 3 guys. The other 2 before this guy both cheated on me with the same girl who lived in Oregon, didn't even live in California, both on Christmas.
She both of you both those guys on the same day.
While Jingle Bells was playing.
No, 2
Oh,
years
just-
apart.
On Christmas.
Both on
one year,
Christmas.
then a year later, like, oh, happy anniversary. Let's do this shit again.
Exactly. And then the second one moved her in, kicked me out of my house, moved her in. I was the one paying rent.
Oh, shit.
I'm so confused how they both found someone in Oregon. So they found like a hoe in Oregon, both of them. Like, there's a lot of hoes.
Was this
out
girl just
there.
trying to? all
And
of
then
your guys?
I started doing. Now this bitch
Fred
does
Smith fucking all
OnlyFans
the
and
chicks out
every guy I post on
Oh, so she
Twitter,
just
which
wants
is
to
one of
be
the
you.
reasons I don't anymore. Because now she every single guy that I have collabed with.
So look, y'all missing
she
a
just
money
wants
no
to
making
one else
situation.
doesn't
wants to be
anybody
you.
else. Only
heard
guys
this
I
fucking-
collab
Does she
with.
want to be you? Is that what this is?
It's very confusing.
Interesting.
Stop interrupting.
That's me too, though.
Okay, so wait, so this is sounding. There's a movie about this. It's like, what is that movie called? It's like,
Where a girl 2 guys on Christmas a year
no,
apart.
it's not a porn. It's It's a real movie. It's like it's an old 80s movie. Come on, I'm looking. Michael, you're from the 80s.
The Goonies.
Die Hard.
The Goonies.
It's something about like it's about the girl tries to be the other girl and she like gets
Pretty
really
Woman?
scared about it. What? Or
The 80s.
Face Off.
Pretty Woman is about
Single.
hoe.
Yes. Wait. I knew you know. Single white female.
There we go.
That's what single white female was?
I never saw that movie. I've never seen that
Single
movie.
I
white
never
I should
female.
have watched it. I remember when it came out.
So this
I
is
don't
a
even
single
remember.
white female moment right now. I knew Michael would know.
She just literally.
And this is
said,
why I
"You
don't trust
old,
men."
Mike."
Okay, so we go back.
I feel
Okay,
like
wait.
that's valid. I can't even argue with that.
Can I
Like-
can I finish the story because I'm dying to know?
Yes. Okay.
So she's waiting for you without her high heels because she lost her car, and then you just got off stage and you're out of breath, and then what happens?
I just kind of like looked at her and I was like, I got another stage to catch, and I walked away, and she was like still yelling as I'm walking out of the door.
Good for you.
Basically, I wasn't having it. I like that club. Didn't want to lose my job. That's the only reason.
That's a good reason. That's a really good
Let's talk
reason.
about what were this guy's attributes.
Yeah, can we just say what was his name?
Why was he
I
fired?
can't say his name. He has already threatened to sue
Is
me.
it, wait, oh, it's a weird name. It's a unique name.
His last name is.
No, just his first name.
No, I want the
It's
last.
his first name.
I know more
Is it-
about him,
wait,
motherfucker,
is
from his last
first
name than his
Do you
first
know
name.
his social
is.
security number?
Okay.
Yeah, he's Italian.
If we can only choose one
So
name,
he has
give me
like
the
a very
last.
Italian name.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Italian.
Okay. So let's.
Linguini Lamborghini over
Don
there. Fucking-
Giovanni.
He does have a Lamborghini.
I do want to. I do.
Shocker.
If he's got a
Shocker.
Lamborghini,
Shocker.
then he's gonna be cheating on you. I
Shocker.
just feel
And
like
that's
a
why
thing,
we're
right?
He
fighting
wasn't
over
cute
this
enough
person.
to.
And
That's why he's got a Lamborghini, because he ugly. So you get a Lamborghini, now you can just with because you got a Lamborghini, right? Yeah. So Bobby, we were talking before the podcast started about something that you experienced recently. I feel like would be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna get really personal though. Okay, so look, so one of my best friends, a personal trainer, you know, and he's been like, "Yo, we gotta go to the Hollywood pool parties, bro. Summer's starting." Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, "Man, I ain't ready yet." You know what I'm saying? I started boxing.
What do you
and shit.
mean by you're not ready? Like.
He doesn't have a six pack.
I wanted my
yet?
six pack to be right,
there
and
we
that
go.
kind of shit. So I started boxing like beginning of July. You know what I'm saying? And I got my shit right, and then like I was like, all right, I'm ready. And I was like, I think I could go. He's like, well, you better go because this is the last one of the summer because it was what, Labor Day, Memorial Day. Which one's the last?
Wait,
It was Labor Day was the one
honestly,
that just passed, right?
one of those two. I think
Yes.
I think
was.
it was
Yes.
Labor
It was the
It was
end of
Labor Day.
summer.
Okay, that's the one that's Labor. Okay, so it was Labor Day. And then I was like, all right, so we went down to the Garvey Hotel. Me and him walk in, and this chick was just like drooling over me. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Must be
And then,
nice.
like, so my boy, he starts talking to her girl, this little blonde chick, who's super hot, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, don't hate me, Podcast Nation, but she was super hot.
How dare you think someone's
I know,
hot?
sorry. And the girl was all in my face, the other girl, and I had to go to the bathroom. I had to pee. So I went to pee, and I came back from pee. There was some old black dude with a camera. When I'm walking out, he like, you ever thought about modeling, son? And I was like, I've done that before a time or two. He like, I want you to model with me. Like, yeah, let me. And he's talking to me for like 10 minutes. So then I get back to my friends, and this chick, she with a new dude, a new brother. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, God damn, what happened? And she's like, you disappeared. I had to pee.
I went to the bathroom.
I went to the bathroom.
Oh my
But
god.
some old
oh my
dude,
god.
he stopped me for a few bucks. But still, if you into me like that,
You're not gonna
like
care.
if you into me like that, I deserve to be able to empty my bladder and come back. You know what I'm saying? So then like
Valid.
I was like, all right, well, so like my dude is still talking to her girl, and she's talking to some new dude, and they in the line for alcohol. And I'm like, I start talking to a new mother, and then she see me talking to a new mother. She's like, whatever. And then I hook my boy up with this other girl who starts talking to me, who's a friend of the new girl that I'm talking
I
to.
feel like you should be the matchmaker
I know,
here.
I know.
Whoa.
And she's visiting from Texas, and he's into that. It's like she's like this older blonde housewife, and she just came out here for like a weekend.
That's like long
And
distance.
so I took him from her friend, and I'm like, yo, start talking to this girl. And he started talking to her. And then the other dude leaves the girl that was talking to me earlier. So she's like, so she's lonely, and she comes back to me at the end of the
Oh my god.
No.
The
so
audacity.
by this time, I'm like, shit, the shit is ending. And my boy is like, yo, I'm about to go back to this one girl's hotel that you hooked me
Texas
up
girl?
with.
Yeah.
Texas older
girl.
Texas blonde chick. And I'm like, all right, so I'm a homie. So I'm like, all right, I'll be alone. I'm like, all right, I'm alone now. So then those girls are like, oh, just come with us. I was like, yeah, because my boy.
Which girls?
The first
Texas
girl,
friends?
the first girl I was talking to.
Oh.
Cause she
The
came
first
back-
girl
she
that
came
left
back-
you because you went to the
Yes,
bathroom.
That girl,
Okay.
that guy left her. That guy left her.
Okay,
So
what did
she
you
comes
decide
back.
to do?
So she was bored.
So my boy went to smash
Yeah,
this
with
other
Texas
random girl.
Yeah.
And this girl comes back to me because the other guy she left me for. When
And
I
are you
was
still
pissing.
talking to the new girl?
He left her. So she
Yeah.
comes back to me. So mind you, she also has the blonde friend that my boy had been talking to earlier.
Who is now also has no one.
No
she's
one,
talking
because I
to.
hooked my boy up with a new chick.
Oh shit.
So they're like, "Oh, just come with us." So I go and we go to Takoya.
Wait,
or
what'd you
some
do with the Texas girl's friend? Were you just like peace?
Yeah, we pieced each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it
for
wasn't
sure.
there, you know,
Okay, for
it
sure.
wasn't there.
Okay.
But anywho, so I go to eat with these girls, and I'm like, yeah. I go to karaoke every Sunday night. You know what I'm saying? Whoopty whoopty whoop. So we end up at their house, 8 of us, guys and girls. We went to karaoke, my karaoke place that I love. I won't say the name. I don't want all y'all coming to that shit.
It's gonna blow up if you say it on this
Justin
podcast.
Bieber
That's
comes
true.
on the title, but I still ain't gonna tell y'all what it is. Anywho, maybe if you know Eve well enough, she'll tell you because I've invited her. She just doesn't. She hasn't came yet, but she will.
I'm a bad singer.
Are you afraid to sing karaoke, Eve?
Yes.
Yeah, she is. She is. She is. But I'll get her there.
Is it the one that I've been to?
Yes, you've been there.
I don't remember the name. I'm unhelpful.
See, she just
That's
said
actually
that just so
helpful
she
right
can
now
get
because
some-
we're not trying to blow
I
them up.
heard
Because
that-
obviously,
You've been
if
in more than one.
Wait, but
millions of
Justin
people
Bieber
listen to
goes?
this podcast,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if you
Justin
say the
Bieber goes
name, they're
sometime.
gonna go there.
Why wasn't he there when you took me?
Because I didn't want him stealing my girl. Shit, I made sure he wasn't going.
Oh yeah, I have a question.
Hey, Bieber, are you coming tonight? No, I didn't.
I
did
have
not
a
his
question.
number.
Are you guys seeing each other?
Are we seeing each
Because
other?
I sense a lot of chemistry between the two of you.
We've gone.
We've
We've
done,
gone on 2 dates.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've dated.
I-
we've
I-
done stuff.
The moment you walked in, I sensed it. I was like, "Are these
Really?
two seeing each other?" Because like,
Oh
there's
my
some
Are you gonna
chemistry.
cheat 5 years down the road?
I feel like he wouldn't. I don't
just kidding.
know.
I'm
I
just
feel like he's
kidding.
more open and honest.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
for
open and
sure.
honest,
I feel like
man.
he's open and honest, and if he wanted to do it, he'd say like
Yeah.
openly and honest. I'm gonna
Yes.
shoot a scene. I'm gonna do this. I don't know. I feel like
I've
he's
only
honest.
been with 2 girls on this couch. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you guys.
It's not
guess
me.
Which ones? Don't say it's not me. Let them guess.
I'm gay.
We can make this a part of.
I'm
the,
very,
part of the
very
thing where
gay.
they have to
I want
type in the
everyone
button,
to know
A,
that.
B, or C.
I want especially all the women to know that I am gay
so when did
and
you hook
single
up?
and disease free.
We hooked up.
just
in 2 hours. Okay. Anywho,
I know it wasn't in the last. I know it wasn't in the last 4 years.
no, it's in the bathroom. Why'd y'all think I had to go take a piss break?
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Grrr.
Anywho, let me finish the story, yo. So look, so I go and we go to Takoya, and the chick buy me some tacos and shit, and you know whatnot. And we get back to their apartment, and I talk everyone into going to karaoke. I'm like, y'all should go to karaoke. And by this time, the chick is trying to sit on my lap and like kiss me in front of all her friends and shit.
And this is before you went to karaoke or
Yes,
at karaoke?
but in the
Okay.
back of my head, I'm like, bro, I was just another mother. I'm just like filling a empty hole for you. I'm a cog, you know.
That works on
because you
multiple
already
levels.
left me when I went to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I have in my head. So then we get to the karaoke spot. So she doesn't partake in any substances, but her girl does. The blonde chick,
Blonde?
who I was like, oh my gosh, who my boy talked to earlier, but like he wasn't around anymore. So I was like, you know, I broke code. I wasn't gonna try.
He's
but,
on his
like,
way to
now
Texas
he's not
at
there.
this point. Yeah.
So, like at karaoke, I tell her girl, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to go have a substance real quick. You want to come with me? And she's like, sure. So me and her girl, we go to the bathroom to have a substance.
I love this. I
And
love
wouldn't
this.
you know, we start making out
Of course you
in the
do.
guy bathroom stall. And then like after like 10 minutes, one of the other guys in the group comes like, hey, I'll just give her the name Sarah. That's not her name, but just so no one knows. He's like, hey, Sarah, what are you in there? And she's like, oh, give us a minute. And now we're like, oh, and she's like, what do we do? I'm like, I don't know. And then 5 minutes later pass, we're still making out in there doing substances. And then the girl comes in, and she's like,
The other girl you were talking to originally?
She's like, Sarah, are you
Oh my God.
And she's like, I'll be right out. And we're like, oh, and by this time I have Sarah like in the air. I'm like holding her. I'm like holding her up in the air. We're making out. And we're like, what do we do? And she's
You
like,
gave her uppies and made out with her?
You were
Gave
holding
her
her.
uppies?
I was
You were
holding her in the
holding
air.
her in the
making-
air.
That is
and
so
making out
cute.
with
Really
her.
strong.
I had her lifted. I had her lifted.
You gave her uppies?
I had her lifted in the air, making out with her, and like her friends are trying to come in, saying what's up, and then she's like, "All right, I need to get out of here." I'm like, "All right, you leave, and then I'll leave." Like 2 minutes later, so supposedly she leaves, she walks out, and then like I wait for like 2 minutes, and I get out, they're all gone. So I'm texting her. I'm like, "Yo, what happened?" And she's like, "Yo, my girl was totally like crying. She was sobbing."
Because she knew what happened.
And I was
kinda?
like, what the f***? Like, that girl just met me. She like, no, she was sobbing. Because we're best friends. And yada, yada. And I'm like, oh, okay. So they had left in a Uber or whatever. And then, like.
Now she knows what it feels
Blame it
like.
on the alcohol.
That's
so I
what
keep
I'm
texting
thinking.
her,
On
and
the
I'm like, look, man, I
substances.
just met you guys. And I'm like, I just met you guys. Like, what does it matter? And she's like, all right, come to my house. So then I end up going to her house.
Wait, which girl? Sarah
blonde
or
girl.
the
The
other
one that
girl?
was
Story.
crying?
The
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 one
new
that was
girl,
crying?
the new
Not
girl
Sarah,
drove the other girl home. Like they drove in the same Uber while the other girl
Yep.
was crying. And then the new girl said, "Hey, just come to my house."
Wow, what a good best friend. That's crazy.
And I went to her house and we talked.
That
and
was
said, we didn't
sarcastic.
do like we didn't
Honorable
go away,
humans.
like,
That
we
was
kissed or whatever.
sarcastic,
But then like so now, neither of them like would talk to me after that. You know what I'm saying?
That
Because they
makes
got back
sense.
together and were like, yo,
But not
sorry,
really.
we're
but, like,
actually
but
friends.
I was
or what?
like, at the end of the day, did I do something wrong? Because I met both
Ooh,
of them.
that's a good question.
I met both
That
of
is a
them,
good
and that's why I
question.
said I was going to ask
Can
you
we
guys
go
this.
one by one?
I met
talking
them at the
about what we
same
think?
exact time. I felt like that other girl
Yeah.
did not have ownership over me, and especially since when I went to the restroom, she started talking to the next guy. Mm-hmm. So I was just like,
Basically,
does
that's
that
what
girl
she's
have
crying
ownership
about.
over me?
Is that you did, in a sense,
Because I
kind
got
of her
with
what
a
she
friend.
did to you first, you know?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, should we go one by one? And then starting
I
with
feel
Pony?
like Zach, I feel like you have something to say, so you go first.
I mean, I just think it's interesting, and I don't really know what's right or wrong in that, to be honest with you, because like I feel like she was up, but then I don't feel like you really did much wrong. I think they like first girl, not Sarah, was like playing games, right? And so, but then you play the game, you get played sometimes, and that's basically what happened.
And I didn't intend on getting her best friend.
But the only
that's what
thing,
happened.
I'm like, I get where crying girl's coming from is because, you know, she did come back and then she went to karaoke with you. She was sitting on your lap, and that girl's her best friend. And like, as a girl, you're like, not personally, but like, I imagine as a girl, you're like, you're in LA, like on vacation, on a little trip, and you're with your best friend, and you guys are there to have a great
they weren't
time.
on vacation.
Oh, okay, they live here or whatever. They're out. And it's like you're with your best friend though, and you're like out to see like, oh, let's, you know, go and hang out with whoever. Let's find a guy. And then as a girl, you're like trying to find someone that you want to, you know, spend the night with or whatever, have fun with. And then your best friend ends up getting the guy that you had, in a sense, kind of had your eyes on. Like, I can understand why she like went home
And her
crying.
best friend told me, she's like, I liked you the whole time. Like, your guy started talking to me and my girl started talking to you, but I liked you the whole time. And I'm like, yes, I like you too.
I think she's the real villain in this whole thing.
want to
It's
say
Sarah.
that I want to say that there is friend code, and it's not up to anyone else's outside of your friendship with that person. It's not up to anyone else's responsibility to do the right thing. You made a commitment to your friend. You didn't make a commitment to this random guy. You didn't make a commitment to this random girl or whoever is intruding on the relationship. If you like a person, you need to tell your friend, hey, I really like this person, and it would step on my toes if you went home with them. It would really step on my toes, or I would be offended by it. The communication was severely lacking, and it ended up in tears because she couldn't just talk about her feelings.
Can I say one more thing too? I think what the moral of the story is the other girl should have gone and done substances with you.
If the other girl,
If
the other girl was open to substances, this never would have happened.
She would have been in the stall with you instead of Sarah, bro.
Honestly, I mean, like
just joking.
there's
No, I'm just
obviously
joking,
a
by the way. That was
lot
a
of
joke. I'm
psychological
proud.
baggage.
This is a lot of unpacking, but
a lot of
It's a
psychological
crazy
baggage
story,
going
right?
on here.
I know you want to say something.
Okay, Papa.
It's just
And I'm like, where did I go wrong? Did I do bad?
well, this is what I'm gonna say to you is like they're obviously they have a lot of problems,
Anyone
a lot
that
of
knows,
issues. if I were in I cannot speak for you, but if I were in your situation, the minute I sensed that shit, I'd be like, you guys I'm going to get out of here. I'm out of here. But at the same time, like, on the other hand, I'd be like, I'll take you both on. You guys want to both come home with me? Like, that's cool. I'd be like, let's go into the stall, all three of us, and do substances. And there's plenty enough. It sounds like
there's enough substances to go around.
There's enough substances, and obviously you seem like a very virile person. So maybe you could.
What was the word you just
virile.
said?
Virile. All right, not viral.
No,
very virile. Like
Can you explain that? I actually don't know that word.
Like really available.
Oh.
I seem very available.
Should I be putting that on my
very
energetic?
No, I am not.
I got you, Athena.
I am not sexually available. Okay, for all you guys out there in TV.
Okay, good to know. No, I'm sorry that I assumed that. But
I'm not ready to eat for everyone. You, okay?
But the thing is like either it goes either way. Like I'll take you both, or I'm gonna get the out of the situation because this is like so unbelievably dysfunctional.
I have a new thought.
It was not even funny.
It was very dysfunctional.
And it obviously, like, you remember this. It seems that's
like
not fun for you. That's not fun for you.
And I was like, maybe they weren't that good of friends. Then I look at the Instagram, every picture they have is together. I'm like, oh.
Maybe they're that close that they do that to each other. You know, it's like sisters. You know.
And in my lesbian mind, I'm like, maybe they were just gay.
I have a new thought.
Because I mentioned in the Uber.
Actually. I have a serious thought for real. So I think I'm not saying I wouldn't have done exactly what you did because I might have for sure. And I'm not a better man in that sense. But when I think about it, I think the move, if I was in that situation, would be to go to the bathroom with Sarah and do substances, not start making out with her, and then go and then make out with the other girl.
They told us we were in
like
there
just be down, just like do it right.
They said we were in there for 45 minutes.
So someone's keeping track. Somebody's keeping track.
Still.
Still 20 still.
Or just like bring, when you reject, if you started something with this first girl and then you reject the friend, you're so in with the other girl.
So
now,
in my head,
like you're like she's like, oh, he didn't do this with my friend.
It's not his responsibility.
It really is not. It is not your responsibility.
In my headspace, once the other guy, similar looking guy, similar brother, cause he's some white chicks, and like some similar black dude, he had some muscles. He walked up and she discarded me for going to the restroom. In my head, I was like, oh, this is like a fucking...
Men are not allowed to pee.
Yeah, we're not allowed to pee. Hold your shit, motherfucker.
You know who the real villain in this story is? Is that guy who stopped you at the bathroom. That
old black dude. We need to fucking track him down and stomp his ass. Dude? You ever modeled, son?
Tag him right now. If you know this guy, tag him.
But no,
also, can we talk about how creepy
that is super creepy.
That he was standing outside the bathroom like,
I know,
hey boy, you want.
And I didn't have a shirt on,
Wait,
bro.
How come we never got into
pants.
this part? Like, who is it? Was he trying to like?
That's creepy.
That's fucking weird.
So my boy told me that when I went to the bathroom, the girl told him, she like, oh, it's just the four of us now, which was him, her blonde girl Sarah, and then her and the new black guy she was with. And I was like,
wait, your friend?
My friend told me that's what she said. Oh, it's just the four of us now. Like, she ditched me when I went to the restroom. So I had that in the back of my head, you know what I'm saying? And then her friend comes to me like, I liked you all along. And I was like, well, I liked you too. And,
Did you?
I did.
You did mention her first in the story, actually.
I did, but her girl was so all over me, like, right when I got there.
So it's like you liked one person, but then you also like who likes you, which I actually think is the smart way to go. It's like we're always liking unavailable people or people that don't like us back. And so I think the smart way to go is like this person was showing you attention, and so you chose to show them more attention. I think that's a smart move. And honestly, yeah.
You're talking about other blonde.
Other blonde. You, this shit is over. This interview
3
over.
white girls in one day.
You reach your quota, mother. No more for you.
Leave some blood for the rest of us.
I think
Okay, Athena.
that you should have just both in that bathroom.
I'm with you on that.
I don't think they would have allowed it. I think they sounded very emotionally and mature.
They would have.
Well, look, I'm going to say
You should
the
have
backstory.
asked, because I think that would have been the smart thing to do.
So look,
because
here's-
now
Well, let
no
her
one's
talk, let
feelings
her
are
talk.
hurt.
And that would have been the intelligent.
So here's the backstory to that situation. So when we all went to the apartment, before we went to karaoke, we had to order 2 Ubers because it was like 8 or 9 of us. So my Uber, both of them ended up hopping in. And then I brought up the possibility. I was like, we should just have a threesome. Ha, ha, ha. And then the blonde Sarah was like, yeah. But the one was like, no, I don't share.
That's when you should have kicked her out of the Uber
That
right then
part
and there.
Right there. You know, she was trying to show so much ownership over me. But her girl was cool.
Is she the one that cried?
Can I ask
Yeah,
you guys?
the one who said I don't share is the one who cried.
I mean, it's obviously.
And her girl was like, oh, I'd be down for it. But, you know, and that was Sarah.
But is that
It's
girl
not for
right or
everyone.
wrong?
It's
I'm
not for-
actually
there's no right or wrong.
curious
It's not
about
for
that.
everyone. It's like I don't want a threesome a lot of the times. Like, to be honest, I'm not even a jealous person. It's just I don't want a threesome most of the time because I don't have the attention span to give 2 people. Like, I'm very eye contact. I'm very like sensual, and I only have enough energy usually for one person. I want to give that person my 1,000%. And when I split it between 2
Legit.
people, it becomes like what position now I start getting in my head. So I don't even think it necessarily has to do with jealousy. In this case, her crying, it could be. But I'm saying that not always wanting a threesome doesn't make you the bad guy in a situation.
I agree because
You brought this up in
because
the
I
first
do
place. Don't even
porn,
lie right now.
I have been with some nasty ass women, so I have to like peep that first.
Smell it. Like you're like
You gotta peep it, touch it, and smell it.
You're like the 2-finger smell test, just like okay.
You got to do the PTS. PTS. Peep, touch, smell.
BV, you gotta go.
Like the chances of 2 pHs being compatible is like already kind of
The chance
like
of
a
2
lot, but the
pHs being
3,
balanced.
that's a lot to ask for sometimes, you know? Yeah, for sure.
I'm
That's
just going to
true.
say something. Oh, speaking of so I've recently realized that, like, because I do a lot of sensual stuff. And then I'll get 2 girls together like, hey, let's do a threesome thing. Yo, my threesomes, it doesn't sell. Like the one-on-one.
Really?
Like, for mine, they like the sensual one-on-one thing. And I had to I was like, why is it that? And it was like, because the threesome, like you said, it takes a bit of that sensuality, that connection out of it. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's a
Not
threesome.
always,
you know?
but
And that's what people
it's
are
just hard
wanting.
to do. It's already hard to get 2 people to have chemistry, and then you start adding in 3rd and 4th factors. It even makes it harder. The
very hard to
probability.
have a sensual
Oh my
goes
God.
lower.
Do you think that might be because I think people a lot of times want threesomes because they don't have enough chemistry with their main partner. So they want to bring in a third to see if that like creates something new. And so like people lock in more to your sensual scenes because of the chemistry there, because that's really kind of the root desire of a threesome anyways.
Bro, if you can have a sensual threesome, that's gold. Keep both of those women and marry both of those. Like a sensual threesome, it's hard. It's tricky.
You know why it's hard? Because
The odds are just tough.
threesomes require manners. Manners and equality. And I think a lot of people have problems with manners and equality.
Absolutely.
And I think there's a way to go about it where you make everyone feel welcome and cared for,
For
or
me,
like
I feel like
or not
too,
cared for, but you know,
I
like
wanna, make it that woman too welcome. Like if I'm in a threesome with a male and a woman, I'm like, please just only focus on her because I don't want her to get jealous. Like I have a fear of other people being intimidated by me.
'Cause people
or
don't know how to
being
do
jealous.
it.
And so I'm like, please let's all focus on her. And I don't need to get any pleasure out of this, but I try to make it like super woman focused so that they don't end up hating me.
And even that
But
still,
that's
she
so
might hate her
stressful.
still.
That's still
It is stressful.
Making
Yeah.
a threesome work
Yeah.
is one of the 7th wonders of the world. It's like the 8th wonder or
Yeah.
whatever. Because you can have the best intentions and that threesome still will not work at the end.
I
If
feel
you
like
were knocked
naturally-
it out the park, that was
naturally
no threesome.
humans-
You get a text the next day.
want to focus
You
on
just-
one thing. Naturally, humans want to focus on one thing. So it's hard for humans to multitask.
Well, I think the
honestly.
important thing is that the statistically, like the chances of all 3 people being attracted to everybody
Chemistry,
else in
yeah.
the threesome is like low. Like what you just said is actually a perfect example of that. You're like, I'm just like focus on her because I don't want her to get jealous. So you're already taking.
You're
away
in your
from-
head. You're in your head and not in the bed.
Already in your head. And that's
I feel
where
like
you need to be.
so I feel like from my experiences, like I have had a couple experiences where it was like all balanced out and all good, like a threesome where it was like everybody was attracted to everybody in there, and it was like, and those were like very positive experiences. But the thing is, like, I feel like I might not even ever have that experience again because the chances of like having 3 people all willing to and wanting to like engage in something like
And
that
feeling
outside of the
respected
social
when you're-
pressure of like, oh, I want to try a threesome, but like everybody actually. Like the chemistry being there and it being like this positive experience for everybody. It's so hard because like usually it's a negative experience for one person. Usually it's a couple that know each other really well and bring in a third somehow that happens. And either the third feels like they don't have what the couple has, or the
one of the
girl feels
couple
like the
feels
guy's
like
more
they
into the third girl, or the guy feels like they neglected him or
feel
he
like
can't perform because he's
very
nervous.
hard.
So
It's
like,
the
there's so
reason.
much that can
It's
go
the
wrong.
like, why are you doing this threesome?
Exactly.
It's the reason behind the like context behind
I have
why
never
the
been in this
threesome is
position.
taking place in the first place.
Oh, you got a lot of life to live, then, baby girl. 'Cause
Every
this shit
time
is-
my
like, if you
any
get-
ex-boyfriend asked for like a third, he always brought a guy. It was I was never offered a girl.
Okay.
I mean, there can still be.
Wait, I'm
just
sorry.
as
Wait,
many-
I'm sorry. Wait, what did I
There can
just
still
hear?
be just as
So,
many things.
wait,
I have
so-
to pee on that note, but still, I'm coming back.
That's kind of strange. I feel like that's the most uncommon circumstance.
Every single one of them did this though.
So like more than one
Wait,
guy?
every guy
Yeah.
that cheated on you also wanted you to be with other guys.
No,
Yeah.
every guy that wanted a threesome wanted to bring in another man
No,
instead
but
of
these
another
are the
woman?
guys that cheated?
yes, I've only ever been cheated on.
Wait, so you've only been cheated on with guys that wanted threesomes with other guys. I'm
Yeah.
trying to psychoanalyze this right now, and my brain is going haywire.
Oh,
I
maybe-
feel like
wait, I
I've
have a
just
theory.
dated the same person, different font.
That's what
all
I
of
said.
us.
That's what I said.
Join
But
the
like-
group.
Do you think that maybe they have a cheating kink? Like
Or
they get off on
cuckolding. It's
cheating,
called
so they like
cuckolding.
watching another guy you because that's kind of like cheating almost. Like they like it's like they get off on the cheating thing.
Maybe because they probably already cheated on me. I just didn't know
Oh, they want
yet.
to feel
Maybe,
better.
but yeah.
Oh,
they
if I
think
let
like
another
it-
guy you,
It's like,
then
yeah.
I feel better than
oh my
somebody
gosh,
else.
they're trying to make up for it. They're like, okay, so
That-
I other women, so now you other guys, now we're even.
This is my gift to
I have never
you.
thought about this, but thank
Oh
you for the
my
therapy
God.
session.
That's
I feel
really
better.
sick. That's really sick.
This is super crazy.
No, this is definitely one for the therapist for sure. It's like, what's going
That's
on
really
with these
interesting.
guys? That's crazy. I'm sorry that you went through that. I'm really sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm doing great.
You're like, I'm not about to cry.
Look like
Yeah,
you're doing
I had good last night with some military guy. I'm good now.
That's good.
Nice.
Okay. Oh wait. What?
Oh, what?
We have a
Guitar.
special musical
Okay,
guest here today,
what?
guys.
This was gonna happen.
Hang on here.
You have a song called Buttholes?
So when you think you gotta take a shit, you better tell the podcast crew to take a break for a bit so you can get all the shit about your ass. I wanna thank Eve Marlowe for having me. And I wanna sincerely apologize. 'Cause on 2 times I had to pee. I had to pee.
We took 2 breaks in this podcast so he could piss.
That was amazing. That was so good.
Holy that was on point.
Sorry, it
It's
happened.
only every time you pee, something up.
I know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think
Every
the
time I
podcast
pee,
can get
she's like,
anybody
every time you
mad.
pee, you
is
play guitar,
amazing.
mother.
Because
get over
he
this?
peed, he lost that girl, and she was talking to someone else.
Oh.
If he didn't pee,
It all
that
goes
You
back
are
to
seeing
my
a you're
habit.
seeing a pattern. You're seeing a
It all
pattern
goes back
here.
to my weak
I mean,
bladder.
your whole
My weak
problem
bladder is to
that you
blame
pee.
for all my problems.
I blame your urethra. That's what I blame.
I blame it too. Mm-hmm. I'm
And
like,
your bladder.
bro, why can't you just be bigger and longer, man? Come on.
Woo! Woo, girl.
Okay, well, on
That's what
that
I'm
note, thank you all for joining me.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Zach,
thank you
for
guys.
That was
This
so much fun.
Yeah, of
Thank you
course.
for having me.
Of course.
It was great.
So much fun.
So much fun, man. I love everyone on the set. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's not enough time for all that
There
we
isn't.
have to
No,
talk
we can
about.
talk
Can we do
for
another
days.
one?
We can talk for
I
days.
know.
We'll do
Okay,
We'll
another
do
working
one.
out.
another one.
Bye.
Thanks,
Curious.
guys.